Chinese embassy urges businesses to adhere to Guyana's laws. The Chinese embassy in Guyana has issued a statement reminding the Chinese business community to comply with local laws following a recent meeting held by the Guyanese government concerning lawful business operations in Chinese-owned and operated shops. Ambassador Yang emphasized the importance of formalizing business practices and adhering to regulations. The embassy outlined several key reminders for Chinese businesses. Legal compliance. Businesses must apply for necessary licenses, residence permits, and identification in accordance with Guyanese law. This includes opening bank accounts and conducting activities within the legal framework. Standardized practices. Daily business operations should be regulated, ensuring that products sold are of high quality and legally sourced. Businesses are prohibited from selling expired, counterfeit, or unidentified goods. Compliance with tax regulations is mandatory, including accurate invoicing and timely tax payments. Social responsibility. Chinese businesses are encouraged to hire Guyanese employees legally, contributing positively to local economic development. Cooperation with authorities. Businesses should fully cooperate with law enforcement inspections. In cases of perceived unfair treatment, they are advised to remain calm, gather evidence, and protect their rights. Safety and risk management. The embassy urged businesses to enhance safety awareness by equipping their premises with necessary security devices, minimizing cash reserves on-site, and hiring security personnel when needed. In emergencies, they should contact the police and seek assistance from the Chinese embassy. The statement reflects a commitment to fostering a harmonious business environment while ensuring compliance with Guyanese laws and regulations. Old Demerara Harbor Bridge sections to create new link between Timeri and Sandhills. Minister of Public Works, Wanage Hill, announced on Friday that sections of the existing Demerara Harbor Bridge will be relocated downriver to establish a new connection between Timeri, East Bank Demerara, and Sandhills. During a media briefing, Edgehill confirmed that both the retractor and acceptor spans, along with other components of the bridge, will be utilized in this new crossing. I can assure you that sections of the bridge will be going to the Sandhills/Timeri crossing. There are other areas and discussions that I will not want to announce now, he stated. This initiative coincides with the upcoming commissioning of the new Demerara River crossing, a modern, 4-lane high-span bridge set to open this Sunday. The new structure is anticipated to significantly alleviate traffic congestion along the East Bank Corridor and West Bank Demerara. Earlier this year, in April, Edgehill had also hinted that sections of the old bridge might be repurposed to span the Burbus River at Kwakwani, Region 10. Once the new crossing becomes operational, the old Demerara Harbor Bridge will be permanently retracted and will cease to function as a main thoroughfare, marking the end of an era for this iconic structure. Case against WPA Executive Chairman Takuma Ogunsai dismissed. Senior Magistrate Fabio Azor today dismissed a case against Takuma Ogunsai, Executive Chairman of the Working People's Alliance, WPA, and a noted rights activist. Ogunsai had faced charges of attempting to excite racial hostility stemming from remarks made during a public meeting in Buxton in 2023. During that meeting, Ogunsai had called for civil disobedience and non-cooperation among Guyanese. Following his remarks, he was charged and placed on $100,000 bail. However, in a ruling delivered today at the Vigilance Magistrates Court, Magistrate Azor found that while Ogunsai addressed African Guyanese, his speech did not incite hatred towards any specific group. Ogunsai's attorney, Nigel Hughes, reported that the magistrate noted Ogunsai was quoting a statement made to him by a diplomat and emphasized that he did not author the statement in question. The ruling also acknowledged that the remarks were made during a political rally in a campaign season. Dr. David Hines, co-leader of the WPA, expressed satisfaction with the ruling, stating that Ogunsai had been vindicated. We always felt that the police had overreached and that, in effect, it was a political charge. We are happy that the case has been dismissed, he said. Dr. Hines also urged the government to refrain from using the Guyana police force for political purposes, advocating for law enforcement to focus on addressing actual crimes rather than pursuing political opponents. He highlighted the importance of free speech, stating that the outcome of the case enhances the space for free expression in the country. Update on illegal garbage disposal case involving David Sayers. David Sayers was arrested for illegally depositing litter at the intersection of Alexander Street and North Road. During his arrest, Sayers claimed that a doctor from Thomas Street, South Cummingsburg, had given him the garbage to dispose of, although the doctor was not present at the time. In a recent update, Sayers identified Rashid Juman, a guard at the doctor's clinic. Juman admitted to having a contract with Sayers for the disposal of the clinic's garbage every Friday. Following this revelation, Juman was also arrested and has been placed on $10,000 bail. Authorities continue to investigate the matter, focusing on the roles of both Sayers and Juman in this improper waste disposal incident, as part of broader efforts to combat littering and ensure responsible waste management in the community. Elson Lowe resigns as PNCR treasurer amid internal tensions. Kaider News reports Elson Lowe has officially resigned from his position as treasurer of the People's National Congress Reform, PNCR, adding to the party's ongoing internal turmoil following its disappointing performance in the September 1, 2025 elections. Lowe, who also served on the Central Executive Committee, CEC, and as an economic advisor to the party leader, confirmed his resignation in an interview with Kaider News, stating that he submitted his resignation letter during a meeting of party executives. While he clarified that he remains a member of the party, he chose not to delve into the specifics behind his decision, citing multiple factors, including his desire to pursue further studies. His departure is part of a broader pattern of resignations within the party, which has recently seen the exit of Chairman Sherwayne Holder and Mervyn Williams. The PNCR is now seeking replacements to maintain its full complement of 15 executive members on the CEC. Christopher Jones and Edgerton David, who ranked 16th and 17th in the recent internal elections, are potential candidates for the vacant positions, although party member Ganesh Mahapal has stated that no official decisions have been made yet. Lowe's resignation follows comments he made during an online show on September 18th, where he openly criticized the party's leadership and strategic direction. He expressed distress over the party's internal dynamics and decision-making processes, emphasizing a need for a more collaborative leadership style rather than a top-down approach. He pointed out serious issues within the party, including a lack of organization in selecting parliamentary candidates, which he believes contributed to recent resignations and discord. Lowe also expressed regret for not being more forceful in advocating for changes to the party's leadership culture. In response to the recent resignations, the PNCR issued a statement reaffirming its confidence in the leadership of Aubrey Norton and outlining its strategic direction for rebuilding efforts. The statement insisted that public grievances from a few individuals would not hinder the party's reactivation of political will and resilience. As the PNCR navigates these challenges, it faces the task of addressing internal dissent while preparing for future political endeavors. Sophia, woman victimized in motorcycle robbery. Maressa Gilbert Mohabir, a 45-year-old resident of Section D Sophia, was reportedly robbed of her motorcycle, cash, and phone in a brazen attack on Thursday night. According to reports from police headquarters, Mohabir was riding her motorcycle along West Palm Street in Lamaha Springs when the incident occurred. Two suspects, who were also on a motorcycle, approached her, stopping a short distance away and turning off their lights. The pillion rider dismounted, brandishing a cutlass, and threatened Mohabir by placing the weapon against her neck. He demanded her belongings, forcibly pushing her off her motorcycle before fleeing the scene with her possessions. The suspects sped off together, leaving Mohabir distressed and without her items. The stolen property included a black and red Haojue motorcycle, registration #CN5875, valued at $225,000, a handbag containing a Samsung cell phone worth $30,000, and $25,000 in cash. Following the incident, Mohabir promptly reported the robbery at the North Ruimveldt police station, where authorities are investigating the case and working to apprehend the suspects. APNU member Dr. Terence Campbell criticizes government measures on foreign currency control. News source Guyana reports APNU member and business executive Dr. Terence Campbell has expressed strong disapproval of the recent measures announced by President Irfan Ali aimed at controlling the flow of foreign currency and credit card spending. This week, President Ali highlighted a significant surge in the demand for foreign currency and a rise in credit card transactions, noting that the government has injected $1.2 billion into the economy for 2025, a substantial increase from $323 million in 2024. In response to these developments, the president unveiled several measures to tighten the financial system. However, Dr. Campbell, who is set to lead the APNU team in the next parliament, attributed the current situation to the government's policies. He criticized the increase in government spending as a primary driver of foreign exchange demand and pointed out that the government's preference for foreign investors has further intensified the issue. The measures highlighted by the president ignore the impact of the fiscal recklessness of his administration, since government spending is responsible for an unhealthy amount of foreign exchange demand. They also ignore his failure to stop the smuggling of gold. Further, they demonstrate an inability to plan and develop an export-led non-oil sector, Campbell stated in a media release. He added that the government's focus on foreign investors at the expense of local entrepreneurs has led to a negative outcome for the economy. Campbell warned that the proposed measures are bureaucratic and could regress Guyana, now a petrostate, back to the restrictive foreign exchange controls of the 1970s and 80s. He cautioned that such actions might diminish confidence in the local currency and lead to increased capital flight. He also identified gold smuggling as a significant contributor to the current challenges. According to Campbell, prior to 2020, there were expectations for the Guyana dollar to appreciate, but the current outlook suggests a potential devaluation of the currency. Critiquing the president's recommendations, Campbell asserted that they reflect a lack of thorough analysis and a tendency to revert to ineffective currency controls. He described the measures as cosmetic and insufficient to alleviate the pressures on the Guyana dollar. Furthermore, he voiced concerns over the proposed review of credit card spending, arguing that the rationale behind personal card use for business transactions, such as accumulating loyalty points, was overlooked. He warned that shifting business purchases from personal to business cards would not address currency demand and could complicate matters for small entrepreneurs facing scrutiny from local banks when applying for business cards. Vendor and accomplice arrested for illegal garbage disposal. Mr. Junior Paul Smith was arrested for illegally depositing litter on the corner of Alexander Street and North Road. During questioning, he implicated Ms. Hamwanti Lachman, a local vendor, as the individual who provided him with the garbage to dispose of. Following their arrests, both Smith and Lachman accepted responsibility for the incident. They were each placed on $10,000 bail and are scheduled to appear in court soon to face charges related to improper waste disposal. Authorities continue to emphasize the importance of maintaining cleanliness in public spaces and the consequences of illegal dumping. This incident serves as a reminder for residents to dispose of waste responsibly. Minister Priya Manikchand engages Skeldon market vendors. Today, Minister Priya Manikchand met with vendors at the Skeldon market to address their concerns and collaboratively develop solutions. During the meeting, vendors voiced their issues and the minister, alongside the mayor, town clerk, councillors of the Kariverton Town Council, and the regional executive officer, REO, of Region 6, actively listened and engaged in discussions. Together, they outlined actionable timelines for resolving the raised concerns. The regional administration and the Ministry of Local Government will follow up to ensure that the proposed timelines are met, reflecting a commitment to improving the market environment and supporting local vendors. Grand opening of the new Demerara River Bridge set for Sunday. The long-awaited commissioning of the new Demerara River Bridge is scheduled for this Sunday, marking a significant milestone in Guyana's infrastructure development. Minister of Public Works, Wanage Hill, provided details on the grand opening ceremony, which promises to be a memorable national celebration. The official proceedings will take place along the southern carriageway leading to the bridge, featuring a specially constructed stage for invited guests. Following the formal speeches, attendees will participate in a symbolic 2.9 kilometers walk across the bridge, utilizing the southern carriageway, before returning via motorcade along the northern route. To ensure participant comfort, water stations, toilet facilities, and emergency services will be available during the walk. Minister Edgehill reassured the public about the bridge's safety, stating, "We have not compromised on standards. Throughout construction, all necessary tests were conducted." After the ceremony, the bridge is expected to open to traffic, marking the end of the hardships caused by the old bridge's operational schedule. The event will also include a vibrant cultural program and conclude with a spectacular fireworks display. A simultaneous sounding of alarms by all ships in the Demerara harbor will enhance the celebratory atmosphere. Authorities anticipate a large turnout, with special traffic measures in place to minimize congestion. The Guyana Police Force will issue traffic advisories, and complimentary parking will be available at the Guyana National Stadium, where a shuttle service will transport attendees to the ceremony. For commuters from Region 3, specific traffic arrangements will be implemented. Eastbound traffic on the Old Demerara Harbor Bridge will operate on 2 lanes between 3:30 p.m. and 4:30 p.m. Westbound traffic will follow the same arrangement from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Traffic Chief Mahendra Singh emphasized the importance of adhering to speed limits and ensuring a safe journey for all attendees. "No matter where you are coming from, we want you to arrive alive and celebrate with the nation," he stated. With excitement building, the commissioning of the new bridge is poised to be a historic event for all of Guyana. Guyana Fire Service engages students at Career Day. On October 3, 2025, ranks from the La Grange Fire Station participated in the Department of Education's Career Day, held in Plantain Walk, West Bank, Demerara. The event provided students with valuable insights into fire safety, emergency response, and the diverse career opportunities available within the Guyana Fire Service. Through interactive demonstrations and informative discussions, the firefighters aim to inspire the next generation to consider careers in firefighting and emergency services. The initiative reflects the fire service's commitment to community engagement and education, emphasizing the importance of safety and preparedness in everyday life. Ministry of Culture, Youth, and Sport stakeholder engagement on Mashramani 2026. In a bid to improve the quality of the Mashramani costume and float parade, the Ministry of Culture, Youth, and Sport met with stakeholders on Wednesday at the Arthur Chung Convention Center. The gathering consisted of costume designers, representatives from government ministries, and the private sector. In addressing the gathering, Honorable Minister Charles Ramzan outlined the government's new Mosers, which were first introduced in 2024 and will now be further expanded in 2025, all with the aim of improving the quality of the Mashramani costume and float parade as the premier cultural event on the national calendar. He underscored the importance for designers to have optional proposals ready and for clients to engage by the end of November so that the designers could have sufficient time to produce quality pieces. During the engagement, a committee including private sector representatives was also established and a structure outlined. Minister within the Ministry of Culture, Youth, and Sport, the Hans Stephen Jacobs, emphasized the importance of a coordinated and collaborative approach and pledged his ministry's support to having regular meetings with them to ensure that the deadlines set are met. At the end of the engagement, stakeholders agreed on the new process outlined and committed to ensuring that Mashramani 2026 will be the best ever. Community engagement held. On Thursday, October 2, 2025, a community engagement was carried out at S1A Village, Northwest District, Reg No. 1, led by Assistant Superintendent Mr. P. Nareen, officer in charge of No. 02 Subdivision, along with other ranks from Port Kaituma Police Station. The residents benefited greatly from the session, which covered a wide range of issues including domestic violence, abusive relationships, alcohol abuse, disorderly behavior, bullying, school dropouts, teenage pregnancy, threatening language, drug use, illegal immigrants, unlicensed firearms, and unlicensed drivers. These topics were presented in an educational manner to raise awareness and promote community safety. The officers advised the residents on maintaining a peaceful environment and avoiding breaking the law. They also encouraged the creation of recreational activities to engage village leaders and their people, fostering a sense of community and safety. The Guyana Police Force continues to prioritize community engagement as a key strategy in promoting public safety and trust. Community outreach held. On Thursday, October 2, 2025, Woman Deputy Superintendent Peters, Officer in charge of No. 1 Subdivision, Inspector Jackson, Sergeant Gasper, Woman Sergeants Williams, and Mac Bean Nurse hosted an interactive community outreach at Mablissa Primary School. This initiative was carried out in keeping with the 6 pillars of the Guyana Police Force, aimed at building stronger ties between the police and the community. The team was warmly welcomed by Mississippi Wet Amsterdam, headmistress of Mablissa Primary School, who expressed her gratitude for the timely visit. Deputy Superintendent Peters addressed concerns raised during the session. The event saw the active participation of 35 children and 8 teachers, making it a truly impactful and meaningful engagement. The Guyana Police Force remains committed to strengthening community partnerships and fostering trust through outreach and dialogue. Armed bandits steal motorcycle, cash, and phone from Sophia woman. Qaeda News reports 2 armed bandits, one wielding a cutlass, targeted 45-year-old Marissa Gilbert Mohabir in an armed robbery on West Palm Street, Lamaha Springs, around 10:10 p.m. on October 2, 2025. According to the Guyana Police Force, GPF, the assailant stole Mohabir's black and red Haujua motorcycle, valued at $225,000, along with a handbag containing a Samsung cell phone worth $30,000, $25,000 in cash, ATM bank cards, ID cards, and a Guyana driver's license. The victim reported that as she rode east on her motorcycle, the 2 men, who were on another motorcycle, suddenly stopped and turned off their lights. The pillion rider dismounted, approached her with a cutlass drawn, and demanded her belongings. After robbing her, they pushed her off the motorcycle and fled the scene. Mohabir subsequently reported the incident to the North Rumavelt police station, and investigations are ongoing. 72-year-old woman allegedly murdered by her sister. iNews Guyana reports detectives are investigating the alleged murder of 72-year-old Barbara Crawford, a pensioner from Amelia's ward, which reportedly occurred on the evening of October 2, 2025. Crawford was staying at her sister's home in Plantation Ross, West Coast Burbis, after attending a family funeral. Preliminary investigations indicate that around 7:45 p.m., Crawford was heard shouting. Her brother, Roy Walters, who lived in the lower flat of the house, went upstairs to investigate but found the doors locked. He called another brother, Lester Walters, for assistance, and together they broke open the back door. Upon entering, they encountered the suspect, their 55-year-old sister, who allegedly picked up a knife and rushed at them. They managed to disarm her and found Crawford motionless in a chair in the hall. The police were notified, and the suspect, who has a history of mental health issues, was arrested and taken to Fort Wellington Police Station. During questioning, she reportedly remained silent but later told her daughter over the phone, "I just strangle Barbara and kill she." The deceased's body has been sent to Bailey's funeral home for a post-mortem examination, and investigations are ongoing. Community engagement. On Monday, September 29, 2025, Woman Special Sergeant Phillips conducted a community engagement exercise within the Atuni Station District. During the session, she interacted with several residents, discussing 5 key points. 1. The importance of being security conscious. 2. Building stronger trust between residents and the police. 3. Encouraging timely reporting of crimes and suspicious activities. 4. Sharing emergency contact information for quick access to police assistance. 5. Recruitment opportunities and the importance of youth involvement in policing initiatives. The residents raised no concerns but commended the police for the increased presence and the valuable information shared during the engagement. Man committed to stand trial for murder of Tasheo. Noah Beaton, 26, was committed to stand trial for the murder of Tasserine Tasheo Ridley Joseph during a hearing at the Georgetown Magistrates Court on December 16, 2024. Senior Magistrate Fabio Azor presided over the case. Beaton is accused of killing Joseph on Lalyuni Street in Queenstown, Georgetown. He alleges that he suffered sexual abuse at the hands of Joseph from ages 6 to 10. The situation escalated when Beaton confronted Joseph at a hotel, demanding an admission of guilt for the alleged abuse. When Joseph refused, the confrontation turned deadly. Beaton will stand trial at the next practicable sitting of the High Court. Sensitization held for drivers. Inspector Prasad and Corporal Charan from the Traffic Headquarters Education Section carried out a sensitization to drivers in the various districts of Regional Division 4A, including in the vicinity of Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation and the East Coast Public Road in the vicinity of Movietown. Topics discussed: dangerous driving, drinking and driving and using a cell phone, prohibition of tinted glass, breach of traffic light signal, the 5 Cs when it comes to defensive driving, adhering to emergency sirens, speeding, rules of the road, pedestrian causing obstruction, reporting of accidents, obstruction of traffic, ticketed offenses. A total of 50 drivers were sensitized on how to use the road and to do the right thing. The WhatsApp contact 620-6713 was shared to send information for necessary action against errant road users.